What's up everybody, it's Kaski here and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today we are going to predict the Australian Grand Prix.
We're gonna try anyway.
We are going to try. With me today I have my good friend Jamie once again. Jamie, welcome. How are you?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm good, thank you.
Nice, perfect. So this format we're going to do, this is going to be a prediction series for every single race this year. We're going to predict a few different categories and then finish it up with a nice little top six prediction for the entire race on Sunday. So I'm very excited about this, Jamie. I hope you are too, right?
Yep, yep. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously 24 races this year, so yeah, it'll be good.
It will. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the whole season. So
Yep,
we should
so am
just.
I.
I think we should just jump right into it, and start with the first
Yep,
category, right?
sounds good. So yeah, there'll be obviously the top six for the race, but in total, every race prediction there'll be 10 points available. So we'll keep track of the points throughout the year to see who's doing better as well. But the first category we have is the biggest good surprise. This can be based off like the whole weekend. It's really you got nothing to go off. It's more of like a vibe. But do you want me to go first for biggest good surprise?
Yeah, you can go first. So also just a reminder, we did record the predictions the Wednesday before the race, so we do go in blindly and just predict out of our what we feel for the moment. So
Yeah, all vibes.
all vibes. Yeah, exactly.
And just before we get into the first category, which is again biggest good surprise, which I'll be starting off, there's 10 points available per race weekend prediction that we'll be keeping track of throughout the year to see who does best. So it's like a little mini championship that me, Kasky, have to ourselves.
Yeah.
And for my biggest good surprise, I'm going to go with Carlos Sainz. Now
Ooh.
this is solely based off testing again. We don't know anything, but he looked quick. He's going to be wanting to prove people wrong, Ferrari wrong. He's going to be wanting to get Williams points, and Williams look not too bad this year. So I think Carlos
Yeah,
is going to have a great weekend. He obviously won here last year as well
it did.
in a Ferrari, so yeah, he isn't bad around here. So I went with Carlos.
And
Who you went with?
that's funny because I've also gone with Carlos Sainz for my biggest good surprise.
Oh, what
Uh,
a start!
what a
What a
start, yeah.
boat.
The first one is a duplicate. That's crazy. Carlos Sainz, I just think the same as you. He had a really good and strong preseason test, and Williams, they do look like they have taken a step forward.
Yeah,
With James Vowles at the helm, so I trust in Vowles. I'm a Vowles head, if you like, like Jack Whitehall said in the F125 live show there. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I do think he's going to be put on a good performance the whole season, but specifically for this race.
I agree. I agree. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing that we have a duplicate. It means if we're right, we're both right. If we're wrong, we're both wrong. Not the end of the
Yeah,
world.
that's true.
Now, from that, we can go on to biggest flop, which is
Yes,
essentially the opposite of biggest good surprise. It's who underperforms.
exactly.
And I want to hear what you have for this.
So yeah, I've gone for team actually.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So,
and
so have I.
okay, okay, interesting. I just want to say, like, you can't see me right now, Jamie. You can't see
Yeah.
him either. He can't see me right now, but we're recording this way to begin with. But I have actually put my Aston Martin hoodie on,
Yeah.
and that's the team I've gone for with for
No
my
way.
biggest flop.
So
Yeah,
you're wearing their hoodie whilst saying that they're going
I
to be
am.
bat.
And I don't know how that feels now when I actually said it out loud. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Aston Martin and Fernando and Lance, but I'm sorry. They don't look that strong to me. And I think they might be in for a worse weekend than they do think themselves. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I,
Okay. Interesting.
yes. So I do think that Fernando might be able to do something, but this first race we don't know anything, and the preseason testing didn't look great. So and also Lance Stroll is Lance Stroll. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but
Very, very, very
that's my
true.
biggest flop. for this race?
I have also went with a team,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
again, obviously we have nothing to go off, so it's quite hard to predict. But I this is more of a hope. My biggest flop is Red Bull. I think
Ooh.
Perez wasn't great. I think Lawson's probably a very good driver, but I just don't think he's going to be able to perform to the level that they expected. So I was going to go with Liam Lawson, but I'm
Hmm.
like, maybe Red Bull underperform as a whole, which makes it look very, very tricky. So
Yeah.
going with Red Bull to be the biggest flop of the weekend.
That that's a take I didn't even think of actually, because yeah, they might be in what do you call it? Like the team overall is not maybe in the best shape they've ever been in.
Yeah, no,
So yeah, and the
never.
rookie as well, and all that. So that's a interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is one big max mistake, and then I don't think the team's going to be getting many points because I don't think Liam's going to pull through. Not in Australia. I think he needs a
It's
little
tough.
more time.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a
Yeah,
tough track as well.
it is. It is. It's quite quick as well.
And we've
Obviously, these
heard
these
reports.
cars are even quicker.
We've heard reports early on this week that there's going to be rain on Sunday.
Rain,
So
possibly. Oh,
possibly, yeah,
you never know. It could definitely change, but it
yeah,
might be a
could.
wet Sunday.
You never know. That's the fun with predictions.
Exactly.
So let's move on to our next category, which will be DNF for Sunday's race. So do you want to tell me who you've gone with
Yeah,
for
I mean,
DNF?
I had quite a lot to choose from
Hmm.
for this because obviously we have a lot of rookies, especially if it is wet. And if you have a look at the past Australias, we had George crash, Albon
Yeah.
crash, the mayhem in I think it was 2022,
Yeah, I
um,
think so. Yeah.
or maybe I
Could.
can't remember.
Yeah,
There's
my
always quite a lot of
memories.
crashes.
Yeah.
So my train of thought was to go with one of the rookies, and I went with Jack Doohan, purely also because if he doesn't crash, he also does have a Renault engine. So out of everyone, I
The
think
Renault engine.
statistically, he's going to be the most likely to DNF. So I've went with Jack.
Yeah. Poor Jack. It's his home race as well.
It is. It is.
Well, at least they have another Aussie to root for. I
Yeah,
did
very
listen
true.
to a Swedish Viaplay F1 podcast where they did bring up a lot of statistics and talked about Australians don't have a good race at home in the history of
Oh, okay.
this
Oh,
race.
that's very true. That's very true.
So you might be onto something there.
And who have you went with?
So yeah, I've gone with the team you went with, and I've picked Liam Lawson.
Ah,
In
okay,
Red Bull, that
okay.
is, from the previous prediction you had.
Yeah,
Uh, I think that he's gonna struggle to begin with in this car, especially that Sergio struggled, and all the other drivers before him has struggled, and Max is so good with that car that, um, and especially for the first race for Liam in this race, tough race, and it might be raining, it might not, but either way, I think he could have a difficult one and possibly
yeah.
DNF. So that's my prediction.
I think that's quite a good choice as well. Yeah, I was closer going with Liam. I regret not going with Liam. I think Liam's a very good.
I think you have a good one as well, but
Yeah, well, hopefully no one crashes, but realistically, I think someone's going to be going.
there's a big possibility, yeah, for sure.
Definitely, definitely.
So let's move on to the next category, and do you want to tell us what that is?
Yep, and this is the final one before we move on to the top six. This
Exactly.
is the pole position.
Mm-hmm.
So this is purely qualifying. It's got obviously nothing to do with the race.
Yes.
And everyone's talking about, oh, McLaren this, McLaren that, McLaren this. And I was very, very close to going with Lando Norris.
Oh, okay.
But I thought let's switch it up a little bit. Lando is known to have a bottle in him, some would say, a mistake. And maybe Ferrari are slightly quicker. I would love to say Lewis Hamilton, but I don't think he's going to outperform Charles in qualifying. Charles is known for qualifying. I'm going to go with Charles Leclerc to be on
No,
pole.
no way.
You've also went Charles
I've
Leclerc,
also
haven't you?
gone with Charles Leclerc. Oh man,
Uh,
that is
two out
that
of
is
four.
2 out of 4 so far. Charles Leclerc for pole position. I mean, I think you're right. Um, I have to agree with you. Like Charles is super quick, probably the fastest qualifier that we've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, I
And
agree. I agree.
Lewis is obviously quick, but he's in a new car, new team, and it's the first race, so you can't really expect him to
Yeah,
to outperform Charles in his home.
home car,
Yeah, exactly.
home. His experience there.
So I think
I'm
we,
very surprised that we've not went with McLaren there.
yeah, that's they're all their favorites, which is
Yeah,
we've gone against that.
at least we both said it because then if Lando gets on pole, I don't lose any points to you, so it's okay.
True. Yeah, but that brings us to the final category, which is the top six finishers for the Grand Prix.
I'm quite excited for this because I think that obviously we've had 4 points up for grabs in the previous categories, but this is six, so this is more
Yeah,
points, and it's purely based on where they finish in the race. So it's
that's
quite
right.
important.
Yes,
Do you want to start from P6 and go down to P1?
let's do it. So in my top six on P6, I put Mr. Carlos Sainz.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
Carlos Sainz. So
that
wow,
goes kind of hand in hand with my
that's quite high up.
yeah. It kind of goes in hand with my good surprise. I think. Um,
Yeah,
I if there's rain, there could be like a shake up, and I think that Carlos could get like find a way to make his way up the grid if the Williams actually is that promising that it kind of looks like in a test. So yeah, I've gone with him.
very true. Okie dokie.
And how about you?
I have went with P6. I've went with George Russell.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think Mercedes are going to be. I think they're going to be quick, but I feel like in the rain, they're going to be around that area. Maybe P5, P6, P7, P8. We'll see. But I went with George to go P6. I originally had him P5, but then I've swapped him with who I've actually 5,
Okay.
which I guess we'll go on to next. We'll go straight to P5. So
Yeah.
I have Max Verstappen finishing in P5, and
P5.
I
Okay.
switched him round with George. And I think if Max gets P5 and Liam Lawson gets P9 or 10, I don't think that's a good result for Red Bull. I
No.
think Max is gonna want to be higher, especially in the rain.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Um,
a really
so
good
yeah,
driver in the wet
he
for
is. He
sure.
is. You do have to admit. But
Um.
who have you put P5?
So P5, I've gone with the home hero of Oscar Piastri in
Ah,
McLaren.
wow.
Yeah. I
Okay.
maybe I'm too stuck with the whole rain scenario thing.
Yeah.
But that if that's the case, then I could be onto something. If it's not, then maybe all my predictions are just out of the window.
I was gonna say it's gonna be really funny if it's a fully dry race
Yeah,
now.
yeah. But I'll take my chances.
Yep,
I'll maybe
definitely.
I'll do a rain dance or something on Sunday,
Yeah.
which is quite early here in for both of us. It's
What time does it start for you?
so I'm in Sweden and here it's 5 a.m. for me.
Uh, it's a 4 a.m. here, so
Yeah, that's even worse for
uh,
you.
I'm up an hour earlier, but it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay.
We'll get through it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I've gone with Piastri. I think the bad luck for Aussies in my view here is that he won't make even a podium, which is kind of
podium.
expected for the McLaren. So that's why I put him in P5.
Yeah, okie dokie. And how about P4? Just
P4.
just outside the podium places.
Yeah, just he's just gonna miss a podium in his first race with a new team in
Yep.
red. That's Mr. Lewis. No, no, excuse me, Sir Lewis
Oh,
Hamilton in P4.
wow, you put Lewis in P4.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Interesting. I mean, I think that's probably a more realistic place to put him than I have.
Okay.
But in P4, your P5 man, I put Oscar Piastri.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So just missed
So
the podium in his home Grand Prix.
yeah,
Yeah.
close, but no podium. I mean, I think he definitely could be on the
Yeah.
podium.
He's
We'll see
good.
if he can
He's
bring the
good, but
challenge to.
you know.
He is. We'll see if he can bring the challenge to Lando.
Hmm.
But that's all the non-podium positions done. So going on to P3, so that
Yes.
starts getting important.
Yep.
In P3, I put Charles Leclerc.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Now, that doesn't make much sense because I started him from pole position, but I feel like in a wet race, maybe there's six rookies. There's going to be crashes. There'll be red flags, safety cars.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Australia. Maybe it's chaos. I'm betting on it being chaos and that
Hmm.
qualifying doesn't matter, and that Charles is just going to simply get unlucky at some point and be on the podium in P3.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be first or second, even though he started higher up. I don't think it's not going to go right for him. And P3 is still very, very good, but
Yeah.
I think he's going to be quite quick here, and
Hmm.
the best he can get out of Sunday is P3.
Yeah. And we've seen before that he kind of gets pole position and then falls back,
Yeah,
unlucky
yeah,
or whatever there might be, but that's his unluck with pole position turning into wins
yeah,
before.
definitely.
Yeah. Um, I've gone with a Mercedes in
Wow,
P3, and that's George Russell.
but that is very possible actually. I put George quite far down.
Okay.
What is your reasoning for P3 for George?
Yeah, my reasoning is kind of again, if it's raining, if it's kind of a colder Saturday, Sunday, I think that the Mercedes could perform better, like we saw in testing in Bahrain, where it was kind of raining and very cold, and they were kind of looking quite decent. Uh, like I guess many people think. So I kind of based it on that really. And
Yeah,
Russell is he's good. He showed last year
he is.
that
He
he
is.
can outperform Lewis on occasions, and especially in Las Vegas where it was cold and he won the race. So the
Yeah,
Mercedes is kind of good in colder conditions, and as well the rain could shake things up as well. So that's why
yeah.
I've gone with him in P3. Yeah.
He's never been quite good at qualifying as well. So maybe if he gets into a good starting position, that's definitely possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now for P2, just just behind the win,
Who
who
have
have
you
you put
gone
in
with?
P2?
Sure.
Oh, me.
You wanted me to go first?
I don't know. I think I'm becoming less and less confident about my choice. So yep,
I'll go
I'll let
first.
you take it away. I'll let
Yeah.
you take it away.
So I've gone with the second McLaren of Lando Norris in P2.
Ah, I'm I'm gonna have to interrupt you right here because I've also went with Lando Norris in P2.
Oh, okay.
So we both have Lando P2, and I think we both
Nice.
have quite similar reasons. And I think we can both say, "Oh, I think this and this and this." I think the secret reason is we're both becoming Ferrari fans this year, and we have a little bit of delusion, and
We are.
and
We
and
are.
we and we think even after all of the betting and all of the predictions of McLaren being quick, we think Ferrari are going to win the first race, I
Yeah.
and I love that.
Yeah. It kind of makes it a little more fun to see, you know, if there can be kind of go against the. So basically, like I think we both just kind of want to go against the pre-race, preseason favoritism, kind of,
Yeah, yeah.
and kind of want to do something a little different. But I
We want to
think
be
I
different.
think Ferrari genuinely have a good chance to do well in Melbourne.
Yeah,
Especially my reasoning, I think, is the past, the history. They won and gone quite well in general in Melbourne. So that's kind of
yeah,
why I'm putting Lando just behind the Ferrari in P2 because yeah, I think the Ferrari could get the slight what do you call it, like slight advantage.
advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is also assuming we both actually put a Ferrari in P1.
Oh, okay, okay.
But
Do
I'm not going to get you excited. I have put a Ferrari in
you
P1,
have put a
and
Ferrari?
my P1 driver is the one and only Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Oh,
He's
there it
he's, he's
is.
going to win the first race this season. He's going to prove everyone wrong. He's going to start his trying to keep a straight face. Going to start his championship charge now. I think in general, I think it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but I'm going to hope, and I'm going to keep my preseason predictions high spirited, and I'm going to go with Hamilton to win the Australian Grand Prix.
Wow, wow, what a moment that would be. That
Yeah,
would be actually like I might like I would be so emotional to see him win his first race in
yeah,
Ferrari in red. Oh man. I mean,
yeah,
we're kind of delusional. Yes, we are, both of us. But
yeah.
oh man, that would be so good. But I've also gone with a Ferrari, but it's not the same one. Which
No,
I was thinking about it, and then I was like, okay, okay, let me calm down from all the delusionist things and
yeah,
go with the more secure
likely.
Ferrari or the
Yeah,
likely. Yeah, exactly. I've gone with Charles Leclerc for P1.
yeah, and I think it's entirely possible. I, I think that is the most likely version, uh, apart from Lando. Um, Charles just very, very good. He's
Yeah,
very established in that team as well.
he is. Yeah, for sure. And if he gets pole, like our both of our predictions, or even qualify
Yeah,
very high on the grid, then I think he has a very decent chance of picking that P1 spot.
definitely. Right. Well, that's it.
That's
That
it.
that flew by. Am I confident? No. Um,
Yeah,
am I excited? Yes.
yes, for sure. We both are.
Yeah.
This might, especially for me, because I base it all on like rainy weather.
Yeah.
It could very much fall apart.
Backfire. Yeah.
but but we'll see. We'll after the race we'll count all the points that we gained from our predictions
Yeah.
and see who comes out
And
on top.
we could add that segment like a reaction to how we did into the start of the next prediction video,
Yes.
maybe, and like a updated leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a great season. We'll obviously try to get this out and edited before the race. It'll be tight, but we should be able to get it done.
Yeah, I think we are. I think we will. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's it for our Australian Grand Prix race predictions for this weekend. We're so excited for the first race of the season and to see,
definitely.
yeah, everything just come together with the rookies and the teams and just everything. It's gonna be so exciting, and I do genuinely
Yeah,
think that it's gonna be one of the closest seasons. Right? Do you feel the same way?
yeah. I would love for that to be the case. Obviously, we're going to Silverstone this year,
We are.
so uh, we can definitely hope. I think it's a good year to go to a race. They're
I
going to be the
think so.
quickest that they're going to be for the next probably quite a while.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, yeah.
And
I think
it's gonna be
it's
my
a great
first
year to go.
race. Is it your first race
Yeah,
too?
I it it's my first race where I've been there the whole weekend. Last year I went to Silverstone, but I was working there as well, so
Yeah.
I didn't see everything. But I did get to see Hamilton win last year, so it's going to be hard to beat that, but it'll be good. It'll be very good either way.
Yeah. And shout out to my fellow Swede Dino Beganovic in F2 as well. I'm gonna be
Yep,
seeing him in real life for the first time in F2, which is
yep.
gonna be crazy. But yeah,
Let's see how he does this weekend as well.
yeah, first race of the F2 season as well. But anyway,
Right, and
there we
I
have
think
it.
that's
Our
it.
predictions. Yes. Please leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts or like your own predictions, and let us know. We could see and compare with you as well. And yeah, share your thoughts for the race and for the whole season, and we'll check out your comments for
Yep,
sure.
definitely.
Okay, thanks Jamie for joining me for this prediction video. Let's just enjoy the Australian race weekend, and we'll be back for more next week, where it's going to be China for round two. and there's gonna be
Yeah,
more predictions, and we're also gonna see who scored the most points for this weekend. So that's gonna be
yeah,
exciting.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Looking forward to the season. I think it'll be quite a close in-season battle and a close battle in the prediction.
yeah.
Hopefully,
You and me are gonna fight for these points. It's gonna be
we definitely are.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave a like if you did enjoy this, and comment down below with your own predictions and thoughts. We'll be back in the next video, so keep an eye out for that. And thanks again, Jamie. We'll see you, and have a good one, guys. Take care. Goodbye. So this year we're also going to have a F1 Fantasy League where me and Jamie, both of us, will participate in that league. I've just gone ahead and created it. It's called Keski F1 Fantasy. I'll put a picture up here, and also we'll put a link down below so you can easily join. It's a public league. You'll have one team to put in this league, so you can compete with one team, and you'll compete against me and Jamie and a few other people, which is going to be so much fun. It's going to be very exciting to see who can score the most points for each weekend, each race, which is, yeah, you're going to balance the budget and what kind of drivers you want to have and what teams. So it's going to be quite an exciting season with this close grid we have in 2025. So feel free to join this league. It's going to be a lot of fun if you do. And I can't wait to see you in the league and compete against you, and Jamie as well. I really want to beat Jamie. So
I don't know. I think I'm gonna be number one.
oh well, you never know. I think I'm gonna. Do you want to know something? I did actually win last year in my fantasy league.
Did you?
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, okay.
But this is a new season, so everything can happen. And you might be able to win actually if you join our league and beat me and Jamie. So grab the chance, join the league in the Formula One app, and yeah, can't wait to see you there. So I'll put right now the code for the league to join, and also the link will be in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out. The name is Keski F1 Fantasy. Search for that league and use the code, and you'll be able to join me and Jamie and all the others for a great fantasy season. And a little bonus for this season as well, we are going to create a league for the F1 Predict section of the fantasy portion in the app. So you go over to fantasy in the Formula One app and go to F1 Predict, and then you'll be able to predict 10 different things for for that race weekend. And we'll be doing a league for that too if you want to join. I'll put links in the description, and also here on the screen I'll put right now the name and code if needed. So if you want to challenge us in predictions, then go ahead and join that league, and you can do that. You can challenge me and Jamie for the entire season. So check out the link below.
It is that time of year. F1 Fantasy. Boot it up.